Stop. Wait 1 second. You're watching this video right now, which means you're probably tired. You work. You work a lot. Maybe even too much. And somewhere deep inside you, there lives one belief, beautiful, touching, and completely wild. It goes something like this. If I just try a little harder, someday everything will change. The money will come. Life will get better. It'll get easier. So here's the thing. I'm a sloth, a creature that nature specifically designed to achieve maximum results with minimum effort. And I have to tell you straight, no sugarcoating. Your hard work is the exact reason you're still broke. Not laziness, not bad luck, not the government. The very thing you're so proud of, your busy hustling grind, is what's keeping you stuck in place tighter than any chain ever could. I know, coming from a sloth, this sounds like a joke, but that's exactly why. Listen carefully. By the end of this video, you will understand one simple thing that nobody ever explained to you. Not in school, not at work, and definitely not by some motivational guy selling a course about the morning habits of rich people. You will understand the difference between work that makes you money and work that makes you nothing but tired. And here is why you should stick around until the 9th minute. At the end, I will give you a concrete plan with 3 steps. Each one will take you no more than a single evening. But after that, these steps work without you. While you sleep, while you eat, while you finally just lay down and do nothing. But first, let's figure out exactly how you've been lied to. There is one very old myth. It lives inside the heads of millions of people, and it sounds simple. Want more money? Work harder. The people who invented this rule lived in a world where everything was straightforward. Want more bananas? Go pick more bananas. More effort, more bananas. Bulletproof logic if you live in a tree and have never heard of a bank account. But you don't live in a tree. Let's look at some simple numbers. The average salary in America is around $60,000 a year. Sounds decent, right? Now imagine you decided to work not 40 hours a week, but 60. You're 1.5 times harder working. Good for you. Your income will grow by 0 because your salary is locked in by a contract. You just gave your employer 1.5 times more of your life for the exact same money. Here's what that's called. You are selling your time. And this model has a hard ceiling. That ceiling is 24 hours a day. You don't have a single hour more than that. No amount of hustle will ever break through that ceiling. Now look at the people who actually get rich. Not the people who sell courses about wealth. Real people with real money. Every year, the lists of the wealthiest people on the planet come out. Not a single one of them got rich simply by working more hours. But they all have one thing in common. Their money works separately from them. Stocks, a share in a business, a rental property, interest on savings. All of this brings in money while the person is asleep. This is not magic. This is math. And even a sloth can use it, if you just switch your brain on once. Here's a simple example. The American stock index S&P 500 is basically a basket of 500 large companies. Since 1957, it has grown on average around 10% per year. If back in 1980 you had put $10,000 in there and just laid down on the couch, by 2024 you would have had almost $730,000. You didn't work. You were just laying there. The money worked. Meanwhile, your imaginary coworker over those same 44 years grinded 8 hours a day, took overtime, never took a vacation. And what did he end up with? A bad back, tired eyes, and debt. Do you feel the difference? All right, you're thinking right now, Sloth, great story, but I don't have $10,000. I live in the real world. Fair enough. That's exactly why I'm sitting here lazily scratching my belly on this branch. Let's break down how money can grow without you doing anything. This is called compound interest. Sounds smart, explained with bananas. Imagine you have one banana. Every year it produces 10% of itself. After 1 year, you have 1.1 bananas. Boring, right? But here's the trick. The following year, the interest is calculated not on one banana, but on 1 1/10. And the snowball starts rolling. After 10 years, you already have almost 2.6 bananas. After 20, almost 7. After 30, almost 17. You did nothing. The banana worked by itself. This is exactly what Einstein was talking about when he called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. Whether he actually said it or not, doesn't matter because the math is right either way. Now let's talk about the trap that almost everyone falls into. When a person starts earning more, they start spending more. This is not a weakness, it's just how the brain works. It adapts to a new standard of living in about 3 months. A new apartment becomes the norm. A new car becomes the norm. Friday night dinners out become the norm. And the person is back to living paycheck to paycheck. Just now the paycheck is bigger and the expenses are bigger too. Scientists even came up with a name for this: hedonic adaptation. It was discovered by researchers Brickman and Campbell back in 1971. The idea is simple. The brain almost always returns to the same baseline level of happiness no matter how much money you make. So the race of earn more, spend more is not a path upward. It's a wheel. The squirrel runs, the wheel spins, and the squirrel stays in exactly the same place. And finally, how the system is built against you. When you work for a salary, the government takes its tax directly out of your income. You don't even see that money. It's gone before it ever reaches you. This is called income tax, and in America it can eat anywhere from 22 to 37% of your salary, depending on how much you make. But when a person earns money from their investments, stocks, real estate, that tax is called capital gains tax. And if you hold your stocks for more than a year, the rate for most people is just 15%. Compare that, 37% on your salary versus 15% on investments. This is not a rumor. This is the United States tax code. The system literally rewards those who own assets and taxes those who sell their time. Not a conspiracy theory, just the law. All right, diagnosis made. Now the treatment. Just as simple as my life. Step 1. Stop spending everything you earn. There is one rule that works at any income level. It's called pay yourself first. It was described by George Clason in the book The Richest Man in Babylon back in 1926, and nobody since then has proven that it doesn't work. The idea is simple. Every month, before you pay rent, food, your phone bill, and everything else, set aside a minimum of 10% of your income. Not if anything is left over, not when the opportunity comes up. The first 10% is not yours. It belongs to your future lazy self. The first month feels uncomfortable. Then your brain adapts and stops noticing. Step 2. Set up Autopilot. In America, there is a tool specifically designed for people like you, lazy and smart. It's called a 401k, or Roth IRA. To put it simply, it's a special account where your money grows and the government gives you tax benefits in return. With a Roth IRA, you pay the tax now, and then when you withdraw the money at retirement, you pay absolutely nothing. You open the account, set up automatic monthly contributions, buy an index fund, and never touch it again. An index fund is when you buy a tiny piece of hundreds of different companies all at once. No magic, you're just not putting all your eggs in one basket. The whole thing takes one evening. Literally one. Then you climb back onto your branch and the money works without you. I'm deliberately not naming specific funds. The market changes, and it's better to spend half an hour checking the current options yourself. But the scheme itself, Roth IRA plus index fund plus automatic contributions, is a boring, slow, battle-tested strategy that some of the best financial advisors in the world stand behind. It doesn't make you $1 million in a month, but it actually works. Step 3. Stop selling only your time. This is the hardest one, but it's done once. Find one skill you already have and package it so that it works without you. A written article keeps getting read. A recorded lesson keeps getting sold. A rental property keeps bringing in money. Even a small step toward create first, get paid later changes the math of your life forever. And there it is. The loop I opened at the beginning is now closed. Remember? The difference between work that creates money and work that creates nothing but exhaustion. The first is when you do something once and it keeps working on its own. The second is when you spend your entire life maintaining someone else's assets instead of building your own. Well, I've said everything I wanted to say. You are now at one of 2 points. Either you're thinking, this isn't for me, it's too complicated, and then you'll stay exactly where you are. That's your choice. I'm not judging. Or you're thinking, wait, this is actually real, and then make one move tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. Open your phone. Look up what a Roth IRA is. Read about index funds. One evening is all it takes to get started. Rich people are not richer because they worked harder. They are richer because at some point their money started working instead of them. A sloth is not someone who does nothing out of weakness. A sloth is someone who did everything right once, so they never have to do anything again. I climbed onto the right branch once, and here I stay. You can climb up too, but first, decide what you actually want. To run in a wheel until the end of your life, or to think once, and then just rest. I've already made my decision. Like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos.